Hi there. Today, about nature of non-attachment and thinking as automatic attachment to the thoughts. Non-attachment, not attaching, so much talk about it. What is it really? How does it come about? Is it easy to do? Is it something that comes natural? Or is it something that needs to be trained? And thinking, where does thinking come into it? What is thinking? Is it something creative, individual, or is it just something generic, automatic? Thinking is automatic attachment to the thoughts. Big subject, but very basic. A foundation of a spiritual seeking. So what is nature of non-attachment? It is non-personal. It is merely stating what is. And it starts with there is. There is. Simply stating what is. There is. What is? There is a physical body. There is an automatic, continuous attachment to the thoughts, which is called thinking. There is a feeling of something. There is a feeling of dread. There is a feeling of joy. There is a sense of sadness. There is a feeling of hopelessness. There is a feeling of pain. There is all these mental concepts. They're continuously floating by, and there is a continuous automatic attachment to them, which is called thinking. In itself, this continuous stream of thoughts is completely non-personal. It appears and disappears, it forms and it disforms out of nothingness back into nothingness, empty, instantaneously, without leaving a trace. But it is this automatic attachment or attaching to the thoughts, fixation on the thoughts, hanging on to the thoughts, that makes them personal, that makes them feel solid, material. This fixation and hanging on to that creates the experience of this physical human world, physical universe. Now, the most important thing to keep in mind is that this automatic attachment to the thoughts is something that is learned or acquired through upbringing, through education. We are always encouraged and instructed to hang on to the thoughts, to remember, to gel with them, to stick with them, not to let go, not to forget. But the original or the natural state of things is non-attachment. That is natural, that is original, that comes before automatic attachment to the thoughts, which is just a habit developed over many, many lifetimes. So is it easy to not attach? Well, it's not easy. Does it take time? Yes, it takes time. Can it happen in one lifetime? Yes, it can. Of course, depending on many individual factors. We need to practice, of course, breathing and the mantra. And on top of that, it is very useful to stick with this non-attachment in the way we talk, express ourselves using this there is, which is very accurate. There is this, there is that, there is this. There are things. There are things the way they are. There are things. Things as feelings. Things as sensation. Things as thoughts. Things as objects. Things. Things as mental concepts, ideas, things, all things. They appear and disappear, they come and go, they change all the time. As much as possible, avoid self-identification, bringing the personal aspect into this there is. I, reference to I. Stop referring to I. Instead of saying I, this, I, that. I feel, I want, I like, I was, I will. Use there is, there are, there is. It's very accurate. It's how the things are. Because once you develop a habit of non-attachment, and it happens automatically, and you start developing insights into how things are, you will know for yourself that there is nothing but the energy field that is charged, buzzing, vibrating, with light, and empty. There are no defining factors. And there is some activity on the surface in the form of countless mental concepts appearing and disappearing, forming and disforming, coming out of this nothingness, emptiness, and going back into this nothingness and emptiness. And this energy field is completely knowing, completely self-aware of everything. Everything is there. Everything. In this emptiness, brightness, and charge. And this so-called universe human universe, human world, is non-personal. It is only a mental expression of this energy field, or so-called pure existence, or God, or divine. We can experience it directly, without attachment, without mental processing, or we can experience it as a human world through mental processing, through attachment or non-attachment to mental concepts, when they are just passing by momentarily, coming and going, blink, 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 blink. And everything is in a perpetual movement on the surface. And going deeper, it is just still and empty and charged and luminous. Completely non-personal. So while practicing on your spiritual path, also practice this non-personal aspect, using there is instead of using I, me, mine, self, and so on. Make it a habit. And one day it will become completely automatic, and it will replace the other habit of attachment completely. And there will be no more effort needed on your part whatsoever. Lovely talking to you as usual. Take care. Practice. Enlightenment is possible, could be just around the corner.